Hey guys, welcome back to Bollypiano. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at the song Kalayil Dhinamum, and this is how the intro sounds. Okay, so we'll look at this first. We are in the scale of E minor, and we're in the time signature of 4/4. Okay, so with the counts, the intro goes like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Once without the counts, here we go. Okay, next up with the counts we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Once without the counts, here we go. All right. And now this is where the lyrics start. So we have 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and. So once without the counts, here we go. Next up we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. Once without the counts. All right. Now let's look at the left hand. I'll play the right hand for context, but we'll focus on the left hand. So we have the first one will be E minor, followed by A minor, back to E minor, and then we have B minor, then E minor. Okay, so I'll just play that very slowly without stopping. Here we go. All right. Moving on, we have a very similar melody. I think there's literally just 1 or 2 things that are different. So here we go again. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4. Okay, so the difference was over here where I went 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and. Okay, and in the left hand we're playing exactly the same chords, so we'll just try it again. Here we go, very slowly. Okay, all right, so moving on, it sounds like this. Okay, so really there's only one section which is different from what we've already learnt, which is the section that came right after that. So if I break it down, we have two pickup notes, which is E and F. Then we have 1 and 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a bit slower. From the pickup notes, 1 and 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Then 1E and a 2 and 3, 4 and a. Okay, so notice how when I did this part, I played A with my fourth finger, then G with my first finger instead of my third finger. Why? Because of the notes following that, which actually go higher on the keyboard. So we have, okay, so just keep that in mind when you're playing this bar. Then switch from, go from 4 to 1, which is ring finger to thumb, then index finger to pinky, fifth finger. Moving on, we have again two pickup notes, then 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, I'll play that a bit slower. So again, from the pickup notes, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, now for the chords in the left hand. I'll keep the right hand going, but we'll focus on the left hand. So we have E minor, then D major, followed by C major, then G major. Okay, so if I just play that without stopping, it will sound like this. Moving on, we have A minor, D major, back to A minor, back to D major. Okay, so if we put the second half together, it'll sound like this. Okay, and then we go back to what we've already learned. In the next section, we again have this melody. Okay, so pretty much everything was the same besides this bar over here. Okay, notice how in the first one we played it like this. All right, and the second time we're playing it like this. All right, and the left hand chords are also different, and they go like this. We're going to start off with G this time instead of E minor. So we have then D major, then E minor, then G major. Let's just try these two bars. Here we go. Okay, then we have E minor, then C major, then G major, then D major. Okay. Notice how in the first time we were just alternating between A minor and D major. But this time we have 4 different chords, which is E minor, C major, G major, then D major. So putting it together, it will sound like this. Okay, so this marks the end of part 1, and I'll see you very soon for part 2. Thank you very much for listening. See you guys soon.